Hey everyone, welcome back to the Roundtable. I'm AwestruckVox, and today we're gonna do something unusual. Today, guys, I'm going to share my idea for a Stevenverse episode. It's an idea I've had for, I think, almost a year, more or less after Wanted aired and Lars turned pink. And it's not necessarily a plot episode, but it is very over-the-top, silly, ridiculous, and I just really want to put it out there, out into the world for everyone to judge and just go like, Vox, you're f***ing insane. Apologies for the language, this video's not scripted. But anyways, one, I know this will never be made into an actual episode. Two, that doesn't matter, it's just for fun. So let's just go right into it. This episode is called Pinknaldo. Let's say this episode takes place in between Dewey Wins and Lars of the Stars. So anywhere in that ballpark of episodes. We open up, Steven's walking on the boardwalk. You know, he's just having a good time, just walking around. Actually, but no, he's not. He has a look on his face. There's just a lot going on in his mind. Actually thinking about what happened with Homeworld and it's falling off Connie, this and that. All those happened at their Kevin party. Him and Connie were reconciled. But anyways, Steven's distracted. He's not focused and he bumps into Ronaldo. And Ronaldo's like, Steven, I've been meaning to talk to you. And Steven's just like, what does this guy want? They can even reference Jimcation with the anime Steven was borrowing from Ronaldo. And Ronaldo wants to know what was up with that abduction, that invasion. Steven said in Dewey Wins it was all his fault, but what lies beyond that? Ronaldo wants every detail and he has so many theories. Oh my god, was it Sneeple? Was it some miscellaneous alien race? Or maybe he even knows it's the gems. He knows it's Homeworld and he's trying to understand what Homeworld is. And Steven goes, yeah, they're after me because they thought I was my mom. They took me to their alien planet, which I met their leaders. Turns out one of the leaders may have killed another leader that I thought my mom killed, and I ran away with Lars. Met some fugitive gems, fought some robots, Lars got hurt, and then I turned him pink, and now I'm back here through his head. And Ronaldo's like, whoa, what about Lars? Well, he's still stuck on Homeworld. No, I know about that. But you said he's pink? Yeah, Lars got hurt real bad, and then I cried on him, and now he's pink, and I think he has the same powers my lion does? I'm not really sure. And Ronaldo's just like, very interesting. Cut to later in the day. Steven's at Beach City Walk Fries, and wouldn't you know, Ronaldo is working. He asked Steven, what would you like? The usual, fry bits please. Okay. So Ronaldo walks over to the fryer. He has the little basket strainer. He's whistling, he's looking around, and instead of taking out the fry bits, he slams his arm into the grease, letting out a shrieking scream, and has a nasty fry burn. Steven from the other side of the counter sees it, he's just like, oh my god, Ronaldo, and then jumps over, walks up to Ronaldo, and he's just like, are you okay? And Ronaldo's wincing in pain, he can't take it. Steven, frustrated and overwhelmed and off guard, starts to cry, but of course his tears don't do anything. Ronaldo's like, wait, how come I'm not pink? And then Steven realizes Ronaldo purposely burned himself in an attempt for Steven to cry on him and get pinked. To which Steven's just like, what? Ronaldo, why would you do that? I wanted to be pink like Lars. Ronaldo, that's not how it works. Lars turned pink because he died. To which Ronaldo's like, oh, wait, he died? Steven, who's just furious with Ronaldo at this point, is like, yes. He was defending the off-colors from some killer robots. One of them exploded and killed him, Ronaldo. I didn't even know my tears were going to work. Ronaldo's pretty shook by this. He's just like, oh, well, okay. You gonna heal my arm or? To which Steven's like, Steven licks his own hand, presses his hand against Ronaldo's arm, heals the burn, and storms off. Thus, the rest of this episode, which is pretty dark and morbid, I admit, is Ronaldo trying to purposely get himself killed so Steven will cry, bring him back to life, and turn Ronaldo pink. Because Ronaldo wants to be pink and have powers like Lars for whatever reason. I don't know, because he's Ronaldo. Actually, there is a reason, but we'll get to that. These antics include Ronaldo just laying down in the middle of the road, hoping a car will run him over, chugging expired milk, eating expired food. If you want to be relevant from a month or two ago, he can even eat a Tide Pod. Eventually, Steven gets fed up and goes to the gems. Also, it's thunderstorming at this point. Keep that in mind. Steven's venting. He's just so frustrating. Ronaldo thinks that if he dies, I can just bring him back to life and he'll be pink. But Steven's saying this in a much more complex and rapid-fire way that the gems are just like, what? And Steven ties up his rant with just asking, what am I gonna do? To which Garnet nonchalantly says, he's on the roof. And immediately after, Steven hears a very powerful strike of thunder. He rushes outside and sees Ronaldo on the roof of his house. And then the scene becomes kind of a weird homage, parody, parallel to Future Vision, when Steven was on the roof and Garnet was trying to talk him down. And Ronaldo just screams, sorry, Steven, it's the only way. Steven's just like, no, you idiot, get down, please. And Steven, in an attempt to talk Ronaldo down, tries to list off all the reasons why he wouldn't want to be pink. You'd probably live forever. That's more anime I can watch, Steven. You wouldn't have an appetite. There's no time to eat when there's mysteries in the cosmos to solve. Eventually, Steven just loses patience, leaps on top of the roof and tries to pull Ronaldo down himself, but Ronaldo's trying to fight. And in the middle of their scuffle, lightning hits Ronaldo and they both come toppling down to the ground. Ronaldo is unresponsive. Steven's freaking out. He isn't waking up. And of course, Steven begins to cry. And in almost a one-for-one, shot-for-shot remake of Off Colors, the tear falls on Ronaldo's head, but nothing happens. Steven absolutely loses it. He's just bawling his eyes out. But then Ronaldo begins to open his eyes and pushes Steven off of him, exclaiming, "It still didn't work?" Steven immediately cuts the tears. He feels as if he's been played. He thought Ronaldo died, and yet Ronaldo is still just concerned about turning pink, not about the fact he survived. Steven finally asks, "What is your problem? Why do you want to be pink so bad?" To which we get to the sentimental, emotional part of the episode. Ronaldo confides in Steven, "Lars and I used to be best friends. I spent all my life searching after the paranormal, the extraordinary, the weird, something Lars didn't even want to be a part of. Yet, he's the one that gets to turn pink, he's the one that gets to go to an alien planet, and I'm just stuck here, Steven. At least his life is going somewhere, even if it's alien prison. Me? I'm gonna be working at this fry shop for the rest of my life." You could even sneak in some clever Lars of the Stars foreshadowing. Knowing Lars, I wouldn't be surprised if he had a cape or a ship or something. Steven, somewhat understanding where Ronaldo was coming from, comforts him saying it'll be okay, his life isn't gonna go anywhere, and that Lars probably doesn't have a cape. Oh, little does he know. Steven informs Ronaldo that everything that happened was really scary, and that it's not always a guarantee his healing powers will work. Ronaldo somewhat understands. At the very least, he's not gonna try to get himself killed anymore. And the two make up. Ronaldo then asks Steven, "So when was the last time you saw Lars?" To which Steven thinks, yeah, I think I should pay him a visit soon. And the episode ends leading into Lars of the Stars. And that's Pinknaldo. My very, very stupid idea for an episode, but I've been putting off talking about it for months. What do you guys think? Would you watch this episode? Would you enjoy it? Please let us know what you think in the comments below, or tweet your thoughts directly to us at RoundtableViz and at me at AwestruckVox. If you want to help us grow, consider supporting us on Patreon so we can make more dumb videos like this, but in much higher quality. And you can have your name at the end of every video like these people. Link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please sort of like, share, and if you're new here, subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications to stay in the loop with all things Steven. Thanks for watching and putting up with my idiotic self, and I hope you have a beautiful day. AwestruckVox out.